We're talking next about Bidvest, which of course is a Southern African industrial holding company. The food services business, Bidcorp, has been removed. So it's down to a market cap of 52 billion rands. Price earnings ratio 14.48. I guess that might be slightly complicated by the separation. Dividend yield probably 2.95%. That's probably inclusive of the recent thing. So what they've done with that chart there, Nesan, is probably back out the separation of the Bid food business, which is Bidcorp, and then it goes higher. So, but it has done well, right, since the separation.
Yeah, I think, if you held it even before the separation, the returns have been probably some of the best you've seen in the last 3 years. The food business is largely international, and the Bidvest, the remaining business, is obviously largely local, but very diversified.
Well, let's talk. What are the big bits of it?
There's the freight business, which is quite big,
which is why we're talking about them today.
And that's container break bulk, that sort of container handling, shipping business. Very dependent on imports and exports.
There's a big cleaning business in there as well.
Yeah, the
services,
prestige,
big motor retail. Financial services.
They have financial services make up a big part of it, and then they got what they call commercial products, which is like the Brand Corp acquisition, the garden tools and things.
And then things like Voltex, which is switches and electrical stuff as well.
Yeah, very, very diversified, but highly dependent on what takes place in South Africa. So we,
well, that's what surprises me slightly, because everybody used to love Brian Joffe, then it's split. So Lindsay Rolfs is the CEO of this business. This business is incidentally also based in Melrose Arch. That's where the head office is. And I don't know, I mean, the economy doesn't feel tremendous.
Yeah.
And yet this price has done continue. I sometimes wonder whether people have realized that it's actually split and lost the industrial Bidcorp business.
Listen,
Am I being too cynical?
Nah, listen. the Bidcorp business trades on a much higher PE than Bidvest itself. So I think a lot of the negative news on the economy is probably already priced in. But I think what helps them is the diversification. There is a logistics component, but there's so many other bits and pieces, and they're in continual acquisition mode. That's the sort of the DNA of Bidvest. And people expect them to do a relatively large acquisition, sort of 3-4 billion. They have the capacity to be able to do that. And maybe market conditions in South Africa and overseas are now quite ripe to be able to get that done. So there's still potential upside.
As far as the freight business is specifically, though, concerned, we're talking about quite a lot of port-related activities. As you said, they built that business through acquisition. It's based in Durban. The Bidvest freight division is about 10% of the total group. Okay, listen, we need to go hot or not because we're going on a little bit.
Okay.
How do you feel about Bidvest at the current price?
I'm going to go hot on Bidvest.
Okay, I'm going to go not hot. I don't know, I just feel a little bit anxious about the economic outlook and some of the trade-related numbers, but it's close.